And here we go. What's up, everyone? It's me. It's the Bat Fan. It's here. This is the recap of Week 6 of the NFL season. And first game I'm going to start off with the slate is that Cleveland beat the 49ers. I don't know about you guys, but when I was watching, it seemed like there was something wrong with Brock Purdy. This was definitely his worst game in the NFL. Was it the weather? I don't know. He plays in San Francisco. They're not known for having great weather. Or does he have an injury that's undisclosed? I mean, he did come back pretty quick from that surgery. So maybe there might be a little hiccup. What's going on there? I don't know. He just. I've been thinking that for a couple of weeks on his throws, but he's been having good stats, but it just seemed like he's a little off on some things. So I won't be surprised if we see sometime during this week him pop up on the injury report. There was no excuse for them to lose to Cleveland. Cleveland had a backup quarterback, and they're out Chubb. They were undermanned, and they won. I mean, I know in any given Sunday in football, someone can win, but that was just very surprising. The Eagles also got upset by the Jets. Holy shit. The Eagles just looked bad that whole game. It wasn't. No one looked like they were injured or anything. I just play calling. They couldn't get into like rhythm. It seemed. It just seemed like they kept coming up short. They didn't. And the Jets didn't even have Sauce Gardner, so it's crazy. You'd think they would be able to like air it out a little bit, and they didn't. And it just was just a very kind of boring game to watch. The Bucks, well, they're still in first, even though they got thrashed by Detroit. Detroit is a good team. I have to stop hating on Jared Goff. I mean, I watched that whole game. There were so many times that the Bucks had them in third and long, and they would get it. It was fucking ridiculous. I keep saying the Buccaneers secondary blows. It is horrible. Our front seven, naughty. Our secondary, it really needs some help. We need help in the back end. Winfield's great, but he can only be on one side of the field. And they've been lining him up in a slot. I don't like that. I like him as safety, so we we need some big plays. We couldn't like get anything going. Uh, Baker missed a couple of deep passes that would have changed the game. Mike Evans, he dropped a big pass, but he's known to drop a pass here or there. Like especially if he's not, if you don't get him going in the first quarter, he like has memory lapse. A lot of receivers are like that. He doesn't drop a lot of passes, but the Bucks just, well, I guess we're not the best of the second tier teams. Detroit's the best second tier team in the NFC at least right now, as of now. New England's dead. I have to talk about them because they played football this weekend. They lost. Mac Jones is not the quarterback of the future for them. Stupid turnovers. I mean, there's that's why they lost is turnovers. The defense played good. The not the 49ers, the Raiders, they suck. And you can't beat the Raiders. You can't beat the fucking Raiders. New England is gonna have a long season this year. And do they fire Bill after this season? That's fucking long decision to make. The Vikings are still alive. They beat the Bears, undermanned. Uh, it was kind of an ugly game. I do like the progress of Fields and what I see in him staying in the pocket a little bit longer, but he should run a little bit more. Like let loose. But he made good decisions. The Vikings just outlast them and won. The Seahawks lost to the Bengals. I thought the Seahawks were going to win, but I also took the points. I added points, so I won my money. That was good. The Seahawks, they had two drives less than 2 minutes left in the game, inside the 20, and they couldn't score. I don't know, play calling. I don't know what the fuck it was, but you did see two turnovers from Gino, which is unusual. So, but they're another part of the second tier team. They'll make the playoffs because they're. I mean, other than the division leading teams, the other teams in most divisions suck. So It is what it is. The Colts lose to Jags. Now they're in second place in their division to the Jaguars. The reason why they're in the second place in their division is because the Titans lost too. So there you go. The Jags beat them by more than 10. It wasn't really a close game at all. So the Commanders beat the Falcons. The Falcons suck. I keep telling everybody they fucking suck. No one wants to listen to me. They're like, oh, no, we just need this to... They suck. Ritter sucks. I don't care that the last two games, this is the first time in his career he's thrown over 220 in 2 games in a row. Who fucking cares? He still sucks. The Texans beat the Saints because the Saints suck. Derek Carr is not a good quarterback. He just makes silly mistakes to end drives, overthrows people, makes a bad decision of where to bring the ball. But, like, what do I know? I'm just a short, fat, white guy. You know what I mean? The Dolphins smashed the Panthers. Well, the Panthers suck. See the whole entourage. The NFC South lost every game this week. And it's not even like we played world beaters. You know, other than the Panthers playing the Dolphins, the NFC South played reasonably easy competition and all lost. Alright. Like I said, the Ravens beat the Titans. Tannehill out long time. Don't know what the Titans are going to do. Are they going to go with Lovett or are they going to go with Malik? We'll see. Their season is, I don't know. It's up in the air. I like Drabes. He's a good coach. Good things going on there. All right, let me get into the college football. I'm going to give you guys my top 5. But first, let me tell you, Notre Dame smashed USC. Is Notre Dame a top 10 team? They have played the most. Everybody that they've played was undefeated. Or is still, I think they're all still undefeated. I don't know, does Louisville play this weekend? Every team they played is undefeated. So, what's going on? You know, they've won against undefeated ranked teams all year except for Ohio State, and then who the fuck else did they lose to? Louisville. That's the fucking Louisville. So, is Notre Dame a top 10? They're at 15 right now in the AP, the Coaches Bowl. But in my heart, I have them at 10, man. The schedule that they played, yeah, they have 2 losses. But they play a hard schedule, and they're always playing prime time. They've got to get up and get ready every game. All right? Before I get to my picks of Monday Night Football, let me go over my top 5 college football teams. Number 5, I have Ohio State. Number 4, I have Penn State. Number 3, I have Florida State. Number 2, Washington moved all the way, in my books, they moved all the way to number 2. And the number 1 team it's still fucking Michigan. I don't give a shit. They're the best team in college football right now. I'm not even a Michigan Wolverine fan. I'm just being honest. When I watch them play, I'm like, goddamn, who is going to beat this team? They hit you in the mouth. They can throw the ball. Their defense is naughty. They have at least 8 or 9 players on that team that's going to be playing on Sundays. That's a fact. All right. I'm not being a homer. Florida State is number 3 until they lose. All right. They're in the playoffs until they lose. Can Notre Dame sneak in the playoffs? I don't know. I know for a fact there's not going to be 3 Big Ten teams in the playoffs. It can't be. It could be. But it really can't. I don't see how that can happen. I think Penn State's got big games against Ohio State and Michigan coming up. That's going to be a challenge. But like all 3 of those teams, they are definitely top 5 teams in the nation. Even when they play each other and one loses, I wouldn't knock them into another team like maybe, I don't know. There's a couple of teams that can sneak in there, but right now, even if, other than Florida State and Washington, if Michigan, Penn State, and Ohio State lose to each other, it's very hard for me to take them out the top five. All right, I think the Big Ten is the hardest division in college football right now. It is, to me at least. So, all right, that is my NCAA football top five. That Notre Dame game, man. That was great. They punched the bully in the mouth, and they just was relentless. It was a great win for Notre. They needed that win because their season was going. It was like, damn, who are we? You are who we thought you are. You're a good football team. Everybody that's Notre Dame fans, keep your heads up. Those boys have played hard all year. Come up short a couple of times. The Louisville game, I don't even. You know what they were so worn out for the first like 4 games of the season and like big game, big game, big game. They probably had a mind slip, thought that was gonna be an easy game. It happens and they lose. It happens. You know? So Sunday night we had the Giants burst the Bills. And I know Giant fans don't want to hear this, or Danny Jones might not want to hear this, but Tyrod looked better than Danny Jones did all year. Got the ball out quick, made big plays, made right reads. You know, does Tyrod take any chances? Not really. But they had their biggest plays last night on offense. So, the Giants that offense looked good with Tyrod. He knew where to distribute the ball. We need touchdowns. And they would have one touchdown would have won that game. But the Bills won. The Bills looked sloppy. Do the Bills have to worry? Yes. The Bills really need to worry. If I was the Bills, I would have to figure something out. I mean, like I said, the Giants offense was struggling all year, and it seemed like they were doing fine against you guys. I know the Bills defense has a lot of injuries. So they're going to have to figure something out schematically, make it better. But what's going on with them on offense? I don't know. I know the Giants coach knows their offense very well, but still, against that Giants secondary, you got to make plays. That Giants secondary is not known to be very good, so yeah, you got to make plays. Tonight's game, the Monday night game, is Dallas versus the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers plus 7 points. I'm taking Herbert to throw for 250. I'm taking Eckler anytime touchdown because that's all that guy does is score touchdowns. If Dallas loses this game, which they could lose this game. I think Dak, even if the Cowboys do good, make it to the playoffs this year, one and done like everybody expects, you know, it's time. He's not going to get one of these super high deals. If he wants to stay in Dallas, he's going to have to take a team-friendly deal where they can get weapons. Because is CeeDee Lamb a good wide receiver? Yes. Is he a number 1 wide receiver? No. They got to get... CeeDee Lamb will put up so much bigger numbers if you could put a really good number 1 on the other side with him, where he's on the second cornerback, the team's number 2 corner. Because when you see CeeDee Lamb against number 1 corner, sometimes he just disappears in the game. And he's really the only... I mean, Gallup, whatever... He's decent. I mean, he's an NFL wide receiver. He's got to be decent, right? But that defense is not looking the same. Teams, I know they got smashed by the 49ers. And when they lost against the Cardinals, they got smashed. That defense got beat up. There's a formula to beat the Cowboys. Now, do you have the talent to do it? That's another thing. It's not every team's going to be able to do what the Cardinals, what was supposed to be the worst team in the NFL, by the way, and what the 49ers did. But if you have a decently talented team and it's like, hey, we're going to run at Parsons. We're going to do play actions, at Parsons' way, so he has to, you know, respect the run, and then we can chip him with our running back and either sneak the running back out, pass it, or we're gonna go deep. That is literally, it seems so simple, right? Like, this is the simplest plan, but that is the way to beat the Cowboys. Is you have to like attack Michael Parsons, and because if you don't, he attacks you. He's gonna come from the blind side when the play's going the other way. He's gonna eat up the blocker. All right, you've got to figure out a way of controlling his narrative. Control. Okay, well, we're gonna play action off him. All right, play action, play action. Then he's not gonna. Then he's gonna be thinking this play action, not going after the running back, and the running back's gonna run right after him. I mean, it's simple football, but you need the talent to do it. So, you know, that's just what I think. I'm taking the Chargers +7 because even if the Cowboys win, they're not gonna. The Chargers are in every game. They can put up points. They're gonna put up points. Herbert's a very good quarterback. They got Allen. Like I said, I got Chargers +7, Aguilar, anytime touchdown, and Justin Herbert over 225. You can even put 250 if you want. I'm doing 225 just in case they get the run game going. And well, the Chargers coach sucks. So even like that's why I wouldn't take them straight up on the bet, because he makes stupid coaching calls at some point that just is idiotic. All right, guys, this is my show. I'm going to hit you guys up after tonight because I don't know who I'm going to pick for. There's a couple of people of who really sucks. He fucking sucks. That's going to drop tomorrow after the game because something can happen tonight and I'm going to be like, well, he fucking sucks. I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to let you guys know we're almost to 600 subscribers and, you know, thousands of views a week. Thank you guys so much for watching this show. This is awesome. I like talking about football, and apparently you guys like listening to me talk. I always thought my voice was annoying. And you don't mind that I'm a short, fat, white guy with a Piggly Wiggly hat. All right, peace out.